You're a man of integrity in both universes, Mr. Spock.
You must return to your universe. I must have my captain back. I shall operate the transporter. You have 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
By that time, I have something to say. How long before the Hulkan prediction of galactic revolt was realized?
Approximately 240 years.
The inevitable outcome?
The Empire shall be overthrown, of course.
The logic of waste, Mr. Spock. The waste of lives, potential, resources, time. I submit to you that your empire is illogical because it cannot endure. I submit you are illogical to be a willing part of it.
You have 1 minute and 23 seconds.
If change is inevitable, predictable, beneficial, doesn't logic demand that you be a part of it?
One man cannot summon the future.
But one man can change the present. Be the captain of this enterprise, Mr. Spock. Find a logical reason for sparing the Hulkans and make it stick. Push till it gives. You can defend yourself better than any man in the fleet. Captain, get in the chamber! What about it, Spock?
A man must also have the power.
In my cabin is a device that will make you invincible.
Indeed.
What will it be? Past or future? Tyranny or freedom?
Past or present, tyranny or freedom. Those 4 words are captivating. Those 4 words are powerful. Those 4 words do more for the human race than anything you can imagine. And as you can see, I have it up here on our board. Yeah. Past or present, tyranny or freedom. What are you going to pick? What are you going to become a part of? What do you want to be a part of? The debates are coming up. They're coming up on Tuesday. The time, as you can see, is growing short. The battle is starting to come to a fever pitch. What are we as a nation going to do? Everyone's watching, just like our kids are watching what we do. Past or present, tyranny or freedom. What are we going to do? How are we going to handle this time in our history? There are those who want to live in the past. They want to go back to the 1950s where women were in the household, and they want to go back to the time when, black people knew their place. You see what I'm saying? And they want to go back to the time when white men controlled everything. And he was coming home in his suit, and with his briefcase, and he had his little white picket fence. You see what I mean? His woman came, when he came to the door, his woman kissed him. That's what they want. They want that back. You see? And they want it back so bad because it represents something that they thought was their utopia. But women were ostracized. Black people in the inner cities were being abused and treated like slaves. Zoning laws, treating like black people, treating like slaves, beaten by the cops. Zoning laws that kept us out of neighborhoods like the way they wanted it. They wanted everybody, they wanted that buffer, that clear buffer, that white life. But see, it wasn't always bright for everyone. It was a dark time for many people. But they don't care, as I've talked to you about before. They don't care about that. They only care about now. I'm sorry, they only care about the past. They don't care about what's going on in the present. We lost a super soldier here recently. RBG, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. May you rest in power. If she wanted rights, when she got out of school, this is around the time she was growing up. This was around the time that she couldn't, after being first in her class, valedictorian, all these things, she couldn't get a job. You see, they want that back. She fought for what's happening in the present. Okay? People's lives matter. The white man doesn't have the last say on everything. We have a right to be heard. We have a right to stand up. And a strong, peaceful, surgical, thoughtful protest where people who protest out there now, who are taking, capturing the imagination of everyone in the world. Yeah, the protests that are doing that, not the protests who are burning things down, not the protests who are letting people infiltrate their ranks and not knowing who these people are, just taking anybody in who says Black Lives Matter. No. You know what I mean? The present, where black men and black women have to come to grips with the separation between us. Where black men have to realize that they can't be on the corner anymore. They got to be in places where they need to educate themselves. If they can't afford a college education, secondary education, they need to be in a bookstore. They need to be on an audio book. They need to read graphic novels if you don't like reading just regular books. Because they're coming out with a lot of graphic novels of old classics. That's where we need to be. Black women need to come to grips with the fact that they were calling us deadbeat dads. That society was geared to help them a little bit more. So they should have been helped. They should have been bringing us up. They should have been saying, hey, look, this is what we need from you black men. Together. Not deadbeat, but together. So that the pendulum doesn't swing too far from one side to the next. And now, to the next word. Tyranny. A government that wants to suppress you. A government who wants to represent only the smallest of margins. Who a puppet is hunkering down, who's doubling down on just his supporters. He's not trying to be a president for all. Yeah, he could throw you a bone. Free one here. Stage, I forgot what that was, but stage the immigration in his office to make it seem like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm good on being a no, all these things, but he's still that kid who was 17-year-old who shot them people. What happened to him? Is he okay? But nothing to the Black Lives Matter because who his supporters are, who he has to be a puppet for. That's a tyrannical government. Tyranny. Okay? And we, the people, can't let it happen. Eric Fromm was quite clear. It's us, the people, that make this happen. Okay? It's us, the people, that allow this kind of thing to go on. The debates are coming up. Yeah, Biden may not be a perfect person, but he's willing to make us a more perfect union. What is Trump willing to do? And finally, our last word. The words that the founding fathers, the words that Ulysses S. Grant fought for, the words that the 54th Massachusetts fought for, the words that ring in my heart and in my head every day when I come on here and I get one view. That means there's somebody who wants to be free. They want to be understood in a way that is enough for them to walk down the street in any neighborhood and not be ostracized, not be attacked, not to be looked at differently. Who wants their freedom from somebody telling me what to think in a church. Freedom to be able to say to my white brothers and sisters, hey, when I go into court, you must understand who I am as it refers to laws, because I understand the law, and the law is based solely upon this word. It's not based on the past. It's not based upon tyranny. It's not based upon something that happened way back where people were made to, be not only a second-class citizen, but their rights not respected. We're living in the present. And we're living for our freedom. And until all of us have it, we'll be in the past. And it'll be a tyrannical rule.